Hello, adventurers, heroes, and villains too. Food in Palia is the only way to gain experience buff, so I'm here to guide you through the cooking skill. Cooking consists of various mini games, not unlike those in Cooking Mama and similar rhythm games. You can also buy food rather than cook, but you save money and gain accomplishments, also known as achievements, by furthering your cooking skill. Recipes range from super simple to extremely complicated, or at least they seem that way at first. I'm going to go through all the basic functions of cooking one by one, then explain how they work together. My hope is this video lets you enjoy cooking and not have to worry about ending up with burnt food. The equipment needed for cooking will include a stove, prep station, mixing station, and oven. Though at the start of the game, you'll be limited to a campfire and move your way towards better equipment and recipes as you level the cooking skill. Some later recipes will also require multiple stations. In the end, to make every listed recipe, you'll need 2 prep stations, 2 mixing stations, 2 stoves, and 1 oven in total. You'll want to make sure you check the recipe before starting to make sure you have all necessary ingredients. The game will warn you if you try to start a recipe without all the ingredients in your inventory. You don't need to be holding the ingredients either. It will pull directly from your plot storage, and this goes for visitors as well. You can also check off if you want to use gold star ingredients, or on occasion select exactly which type of certain ingredient is used, like herbs and fish for example, before starting the cook. When cooking, the mini games you'll experience include chopping, which is a timed action where you need to interact when the blue bar lines up within the indicator on the right, and certain ingredients will need to be chopped faster than others. Rolling is similar to chopping, but you want to interact when the blue bar hits the top or bottom of the rolling board. There's also stirring, which is simply just holding down your left mouse button or associated controller button until the indicator reaches the edge of the bowl. The last minigame you'll experience is flipping, which is a circle and a ball. The ball needs to be within the indicated spot along the circle when you interact to complete the action. All recipes have a time limit in which you need to complete all necessary tasks. Some tasks also have a particular amount of time or a timer of their own. For example, when the dish requires you to stir or flip on the stove, you'll see a green ring appear and slowly start disappearing around that required action. If you don't complete the minigame within the time frame, you'll ruin your dish, but the allotted time is pretty generous. When making things in the oven, you get a little bit of leeway, since if you let the ingredient burn, you can always make it again, as long as the main dish timer hasn't run out yet. There's really only one recipe so far that can be daunting to do alone, but for spoiler reasons, I won't mention which one. If you want all this to be easier, gathering some friends for a cookout is a great idea. To cook with a friend or multiple friends, the person doing the action has to have the associated ingredient. For example, if you want to make cake batter, you'll need to have all necessary ingredients to do that particular action. But if you just wanted to chop an onion within a bigger recipe, you just need the onion. It's a good idea to look at the recipe you're going to be making prior to making it and getting everyone to pick a task, making sure they are prepared with their assigned ingredient. The other way you can multiplayer cook is by providing the ingredients for your friends. Let's say you want to make a cake. You have everything you need, you just don't want to do it alone. You can set up a station by starting the action and clicking F to cancel. The ingredients you prepped will now sit waiting for their mini game to be completed. And the mini game can be done by anyone at the plot because it took your ingredients, not your friends. As long as a person does at least one action while cooking, be it an entire mini game or just taking bread out of the oven, they will get the dish at the end, as well as the associated experience in the cooking skill. I'll also mention the only person that has to know the recipe is the person starting it. So whether you decide to cook alone or with friends, complicated recipes, or simply fire roast a steak, this is an important part of the game. Most food items don't sell for much gold, but focus is so important when trying to level all other skills that cooking becomes an integral part of gameplay. Plus, villagers ask for various food as gifts, so it's a good idea to know how to make all sorts of stuff. The Cooking Guild store also has some pretty sweet items, so leveling the skill doesn't come without its own reward. You gain guild coins by doing weekly challenges, as well as various other accomplishments for the first time, after reaching level 10 in the cooking skill. Choose to save up or spend as you earn. It's up to you. Ingredients for cooking can be farmed, foraged, and bought at Zeki's General Store. As a final note, at the time of making this video, the game was in early open beta, so things can always change, but this was all accurate when I posted it. There's also a small bug currently where you may get stuck while making certain recipes. The easiest way to correct this is to press H and close back out of that menu. However, this only works for a plot owner or editor of the plot. A friend can make you an editor of their plot temporarily if this bug occurs to you when visiting to help you get unstuck. Don't use the /unstuck method. It doesn't work in this case. I hope this video helps and you fall in love with cooking just like I have, or at least get to make gifts for your favorite villager without risking ruined food. But don't worry, the worms love it if you do accidentally burn a meal. If you have any other tips or tricks in regard to cooking, feel free to comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a very magical day, and I will see you next time.